willkommen zurück, meine lieben Freunde. Ihr wisst ja, wo ich das letzte Mal war. Bei diesem komischen Schlurf. Das können wir überspringen. Nee, Kreis.
What the hell was that?
Was Beschissenes, wo ich keine Ahnung habe.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Ja, mit dem hübschen Seemonster. Keine Ahnung, ob es ist.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Tschüss! Geh weg! Okay, das war der falsche Deutsch. Scheiße.
Hat ich schon wieder?
Jupp.
Ist doch schön.
What the hell was that?
Ja, wir wissen ja, Bossfights sind immer so eine... Wenn man erstmal rausfinden muss, ja, was machst du jetzt?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Das Bild auch von hinten anlaufen.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work. Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
Ist mir klar, dass es ein Verschwinder sein muss, aber weil ich eine Leute war.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Ich habe jetzt fast alle Deutsche schon durch. Der hat das war gerade meine Stimme.
What the hell was
Ich hatte
that?
gerade aus Versehen noch Ton an wegen den anderen Livestream. Dich hatte ich schon. Dich hatte ich schon.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
What the fuck? Wird das jetzt gerade eine langweilige Runde.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Hatte ich den schon?
Nee. Weil nach dem Motto, du hattest die ist große jetzt. Das sieht so schön aus.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
So sieht das aus, wenn er sich aus dem Schrank zieht.
Was schlimmer als vorher.
Das ist das andere ja noch Human.
What the hell was
Vor
that?
allem, du kriegst ja nicht einmal einen Anhaltspunkt. Was für eins in der Hinsicht?
Ja.
Kein Anhaltspunkt? Ja.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Was ist das? Ist eine komische Runde. Das ist extrem langweilig.
Geh weg, ich krieg Panik. Muss hier raus. Und sowas von perfekt.
Jetzt wegen dem Monster oder wegen der Panikattacke?
Beides.
This guy looks different.
Renn! Was ist jetzt gerade mal das Richtige oder wie?
Sah so aus.
What the hell was that?
Woran hast du das erkannt?
Wenn ich es geschafft habe, sag ich's dir. Wenn's der richtige ist.
Ne, wenn.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Und tschüss. Ich bin nicht so rumwach.
Das sieht komisch aus. Du kommst mit mir in meine Dimension.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Kann ich jetzt gucken? Wo ist es? Hier, halt. Hier.
Ach, da ist das Schwert aufgezeichnet, oder wie?
Mhm.
Ah, okay. Da kommen wir jetzt mal auf die Idee.
Ich wollte gucken, ob ich da irgendwelche
Where's the
Informationen
book
habe oder so.
Mal ganz
Freud's
offen, muss ja auch nicht
The
sein.
Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Habe ich eigentlich Punkte, die ich wieder ausgeben kann? Jo. Ich drücke immer die falsche Knopf.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Hm?
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind
Wie schön war-
Helena Blavatsky's theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Ui. Was für Bücher findet man hier auch en masse?
What does this strange book contain? This book contains
Ach,
unholy
das war der
knowledge.
Schlürfer. Malois Bestarium. Diese Sammlung katalogisierte und klassifizierte Wesen, von denen ich noch nie gehört habe. Gottheiten von den Sternen, Wesen, die durch Dimensionen reisen können. Das Buch präsentiert sich als Nachschlagewerk zu mysterischen Kreaturen, ohne zu benennen, um welche Mythos es sich handelt. Die Seiten sind mit phantasmagorischen Bildern illustriert. Also Bücher finde ich hier en masse. Im 19. Grammophon. Schach. Kann ich hier irgendwas aufheben? Sieht nicht so aus.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Okay, die kann ich nicht untersuchen.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Oh, das wüsste ich mittlerweile auch lieb gerne.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Eine Seite scheint hier versteckt zu sein, da wo steht, wenn jemand diese Memorien findet, besteht kein Zweifel daran, dass ich mich in ernsthaften Schwierigkeiten befinde. Meine letzte und einzige Hoffnung ist, dass mein Körper und meine Knochen sich noch in dieser Ebene der Wirklichkeit befinden, sodass sie gefunden und verbrannt werden können. Die Totenurne muss meiner lieben Mutter gegeben werden, sofern sie noch lebt. Die folgende Nachricht ist von größter Bedeutung. Wer diese Zeilen liest und denselben geistigen Schaffensinn besitzt wie ich, kann Zugang zu meinem wertvollsten Besitz erlangen. Es liegt in meinem Tresor und die Kombination ist in 3 Walzer versteckt. Jede davon befindet sich dort, wo sich Leben und Studien in der Welt Griechenlands vereinen. Jeder Walzer ist unnummeriert, auch wenn ein berühmter Autor sagt, die Ordnung ist die Lust der Vernunft, aber die Unordnung ist die Wonne der Fantasie. Und in der Tat muss ich trotz meiner Vorliebe für organisiertes Chaos zugeben, dass am Ende meist die Vernunft siegt. Sollte eine Person oder ein Genie mein Intellekt entsprechen und die Kombination für den Self entschlüsseln, so bitte ich darum, dass der Inhalt zur sicheren Aufbewahrung meiner Freund und Kollegen Professor Armitage in der Miskatonic-Universität übergeben wird. Der Inhalt dieses Tresors ist nicht nur ein riesiger Wissensschatz, sondern auch eine Waffe, die viel zu gefährlich ist, also dass er in die falschen Hände geraten dürfe. Ich hoffe, dass Sie die Gefahr erkennen, die der Inhalt darstellt, und entsprechend handeln. In jedem Fall kann ich wieder fühlen. Okay. Oh.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Eine merkwürdige Amulette vom großen Hund ist.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Diese trägt es an sich ihre psychische Schätze. Okay. Kurz schnell rausgucken. Besoffen. Nein, ich bin nicht besoffen. Hab nur gleich Gewicht verloren. Geschichte, Medizin, Fall gelöst. Muss ich jetzt erst üben? What the fuck? Ich bin gleich wieder da. Ich muss mal nur wo kurz hin. Wieder auf die Suche.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Kriechen.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions.
Das ist alles
Arkham
Arkham.
editions. Never heard of. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Gibt es noch mehr Bücher, die ich angucken kann, oder? Wenn es die sind, dann lese ich mir die Nummer gleich nochmal genauer durch.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide.
What?
I should perhaps listen to them.
Was hab ich denn jetzt gekriegt? Ah. Jetzt brauche ich noch kurz, hat der wohl hier Phonograph oder was? Ach, hier.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
The Queen has little protection.
Wie viel geht es? Bis 7, 8, 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about his collection?
Kann ich da mal Buch drehen? Auch als Autor von Lyrik bekannt, diese Sammlung von Gedichten wurde bei einer Veröffentlichung 1908 mit Begeisterung aufgenommen. Darby war zu der Zeit erst 18 Jahre alt. Das dritte Phänomen war 9, das andere 4. Also, würde ich jetzt sagen. Nö. Muss ich mal die Phone anhören.
The Queen has little protection.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Drei, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Es ist ganz einfach, das Rätsel gerade zu lösen.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Ja, man kann ja am besten rumklicken. Das könnte was sein, mal überlegen. Dann mal Schach.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Kette, was eine Kette scheint aus Gold und echten Edelstein gefertigt zu sein. Es gebe die Rubine und Saphire ein besonderes Motiv. Oh, das rote Blut, das könnte die Rubine sein. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dann müsste theoretisch in die 1 das sein. Das zweite hat mit dem Schachspiel zu tun. Zweite war ja... Nee, halt, das weiter haben.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Die Dame wird beschützt von 3. So gesehen, wenn ich mich nicht irre. Und das komische Buch war ja, weiß ich ja noch, es war ja 9. Nein! Oh, geschafft. Oh oh. Kann ich Pause machen? Nee, kann ich nicht, so ein Scheiß. Riverside Institute, das Buch. Geschafft, ja. So, dass es gerade nicht weiterging. Geht aber jetzt weiter.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Hatte ich noch was für Fremdkörper?
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor, after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Also, ist vielleicht das Monster?
Zumindest laut
der Aussage wird zu so einem
Monster.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
It's so unfair.
So,
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Nein, wenn er dehydriert, braucht er ja eigentlich Wasser in der Hinsicht. Und als Weichtier braucht er das sowieso, wenn er zu so einem Weichtier wird.
Mhm.
Aber nicht.
Oh.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Der Typ kommt mir da bekannt vor. Der hat doch gefragt wegen Schlafpillen.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Entschuldigung.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Oh.
Dr. Colden.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
So weit muss man halt warten.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Gegeben.
Sie ihr oder ihr?
Ihr.
Another insomnia.
Also du ihr.
I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Jetzt musst du sie loswerden, um den Schlüssel zu kriegen, oder was?
Ich weiß es nicht. Noch nicht.
Sieht alles so krank aus.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Konnte die Niere retten, fragt sich nur wie.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission? Mrs. Sanders?
Das ist doch...
Die Frau von ihr, von... einfach nichts machen.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Gibt schon komische Krankheiten da.
Der komischste ist aber immer noch zum Tier zu werden.
Ach, bin ich jetzt im Kasse gelaufen.
Wir können das ja jetzt rein theoretisch wieder zurück.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk. You naughty girl. And the answer is no.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Imagine that she doesn't dare say it.
Küche.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Das sieht sehr eisern aus.
Würde jeder essen wollen.
Dr. Colden?
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Einfach mal quatschen und sagen, ja, du darfst dahin.
Ich glaube, du brauchst den Schlüssel vom Heizungsraum, wa? Den hast du schon. Ja, ist doch rechts die Olle.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Da liegt noch eine.
Ein mehr.
Einer. Ach, du kannst schlitzen.
I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth. Thank you. I was making sure the
Hmm.
water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes. The office in Block B.
Ja.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Nee, das war auf der anderen Seite. Warte.
So teilweise.
Everybody says it. She's a witch.
Krieg ich da eigentlich rein? So.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order over, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oh.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Das Ventil da drin.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Hier liegt genug rum. Nutze 1.
Ja.
Nein, muss ja wieder ein ganz speziell sein, wo irgendwo rumliegt. Na, was könnte das diesmal sein?
This man, Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Die Akte ist unvollständige Behandlungswerte sind nicht vermerkt.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room.
Theoretisch gesehen soll es hängen, aber wir wissen, dass das meistens so nicht der Fall ist.
Leider.
Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah, I know I should go.
I will work until late.
Oh. All right.
Also sind hier angekommen. Oh, oh.
Manchmal
Geht ja auch nicht mit der Zange, wo Darling dran liegt.
Nö.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Alles klar, ich wollte gerade fragen, wie sah das denn eigentlich noch aus?
So ganz kurz, ganz schnell, so blub, blub, blub.
Oh.
Dieses Wasserlicht.
Session number 17.
Oh, hier ist was versteckt.
Patient?
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos.
Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Dieses Wasserlicht.
James came. Irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It seems that I had the presence of mind to set them all in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings.
Das ist doch.
They must remain hidden in plain sight.
Also hat er sie die ganze Zeit versteckt, oder wie?
Das sah aus, oder? Oh, das hört sich gerade an.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Spiel gespeichert. Muss leider heute für erstmal Schluss machen wieder. Ja, leider. Aber lasst ein Like, ein Abo da, würde mich sehr freuen. So, jetzt nochmal in freundlichen Ton, ohne Gene. Wenn euch das Video bis jetzt gefallen hat, lasst ein Like da und abonniert mich, damit ihr auch die weiteren Folgen nicht verpassen tut. Für weiteren Streams. Ups, falscher Knopf. Mach erstmal einen Screenshot.